So one of the things that I've heard from you that I'd like you to elaborate on too is how you feel, what you feel about goals, and how you...
Goals. Goals are horrible. Goals are horrible. If you sat 10 people down in a room and gave them a questionnaire asking them what they thought goals meant, you'd get 10 different answers.
Of course.
I believe, and I could talk on the subject for a couple hours, I believe that you can teach people to form a habit of winning. All right? Then there's a book by a guy, Dennis Whaley, that I happen to admire and agree with the way he thinks, called The Psychology of Winning. You can program yourself to win, okay? By making habits and achieving not goals, but minimums. Minimums. Now, let's use the analogy, whether it's run a marathon or you're going to start working out. You're going to set a goal that you're going to bench press 300 pounds. Okay? I think that could do a lot of harm. All right? Let's go to the gym and say, okay, we are going to bench press 30 pounds 5 times, minimum, each time we go to the gym. So we start off with that, and eventually we're doing it easily. We're making our minimum easily. So let's raise our minimum. Next time we got to go to the gym, we are going to bench press, 50 or 75 pounds, wherever we start from. And we're going to do that 10 times as a minimum. And when we're doing that easily, again, we're going to add some weight. Okay? Now, for a lot of people, and if you keep doing that, eventually you're going to be able to bench press 300 pounds. It's just a matter of time. Teaching yourself habits to always accomplish your minimum. Now, how does this relate to real estate? This is the time of year, we happen to be recording this in late November, this is the time of year where agents start thinking about next year, and ownership and managers start sitting down with agents or asking agents to submit written goals and business plans for the following year. And in my experience, for 90% of the agents, the way that is done does more harm than good. In fact, it's a travesty. It's horrible. Because if you're doing it right, this is something that can help an agent perform better throughout an entire calendar year and make progress in their career. Most agents, when they set up their business plan for the next year, set their goals, come up with numbers that are totally unrealistic.
Absolutely.
The manager usually starts off with, well, how much do you want to make next year? Well, I'm going to make $200,000 next year. Okay, how are you going to do that? You need an actual plan to do it. So maybe there's no plan at all, or maybe there's 102 different items that this agent is going to do. Now, what have they done this year? They're only doing this much. And they made $28,000. Now, all of a sudden, they're going to do this much and make $200,000. It does more harm than good, because by the end of the January, they're already falling behind what they're supposed to do. By the end of the first quarter, it's now painfully obvious to everyone that there's no way they're going to do all the things they set out to do. There's no way they're going to make that amount of money. Now what do you have? You have an agent that feels like a loser. And what they're doing is teaching themselves to set goals, fall short, feel bad, ignore the goals. You're teaching yourself how to lose. And you're teaching yourself how to feel bad. So why not do it the other way? Why not set a goal, which maybe you don't really believe you can hit anyway, but a minimum that you believe you can do, better yet you know you can do. And when you achieve the minimum, raise the bar a little. Okay? Make your minimum. Now you know you can do, if you can do this, maybe you can do a little more. Now, I've talked to agents about this, I've talked to managers about this. I believe this my entire career. You wouldn't believe the pushback I get.
Sure.
Oh, you're trying to limit me. Trying to limit you? You can't tell agents to only shoot for $75,000. We need them to make more money than that. They made $18,000 this year, dude. You're telling them it's realistic to go to 150 next year? It's not. But you would not believe from very intelligent people, people in this business.
Because they're thinking about themselves as well.
Well, I don't know what it is. I am not smart enough to figure it out. For some reason, they can't see the harm they do to people like this. Even an individual agent. How are you going to make $250? I don't know, but I'm going to do it. Why don't we set a minimum? You're trying to hold me back. Don't tell me it's unrealistic. I believe I can do it. A month later, those goals are in the garbage. They're never going to look at them. So I've tried, and I will continue to try, and I have success with more people than I don't now because I've worked so hard at developing a way to bring this, to bring people's awareness to this. Let's not set a goal. Let's set a minimum. If you hit your minimum, let's say we're setting number of appointments in the month. Let's make your minimum something that you know you can do. And then when we hit it,
Raise it.
there's 2 weeks left in the month, raise it a little. Hit that. And if you still want to go for it, raise it again. There is no harm to raising your minimums. When you set goals and then you have to lower them, and then lower them again, they become useless. And you don't want to look at it. Even if you're doing well after you've lowered, you still feel like an underachiever. Agents that feel good about themselves make more money in this business. That's true. Happy agents make more money. Therefore, why not use goal setting, business plans as a tool to help yourself feel like an achiever, to feel like a winner? I believe that you can program yourself to win. You can do it. And I've applied it and I've watched people do it. And for so many people, it is so much better than this not only useless exercise of goal setting, but actually harmful. It's unbelievable.
It is harmful.
And I run into it all the time. And since I'm going to be doing a lot of that work over the next 6 weeks and even into January,
You're going to be having this conversation quite a bit.
over and over and over and over.
So